What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. I just watched the video right now. I didn't watch all of it. I watched the vast majority of it. And it was a video by Joey. Joey is an ex-convict. He had a channel. I think it's still called Free from Fetters Grove. I would have to look again. I'm going to post the video just in the description. And I'm going to ask that you guys go and check it out. Joey did 13 years in the California Department of Corrections. He got out a few years back and, he was doing the YouTube thing. And then him and his wife moved. They moved to Florida and embarked on a whole new journey. And, I didn't know. I saw this video and I was like, damn. The video was about someone taking his son's life. From the video, I get that his son was, I think he was 29 years old when his life was tragically taken, senselessly taken. I've always said it. Anytime there's a murder, someone is murdered, it's never going to make sense. It isn't. Taking someone's life when you're defending your home, your family, or something like that is completely different than taking someone out out of hatred, out of ego, out of envy, or just because. It's a very, very powerful video. Joey talks about his failures in parenting. It's obvious from his video that he didn't have a parental role model, like a lot of us didn't. Joey also had a drug problem, but he always wanted to be a good dad. He wanted to be in his son's life. But things happened and he couldn't be there. Even while incarcerated, he wrote his son. He did what he could to maintain a relationship with his son. I get it. I want to say this, though, that listening to Joey's words, and when he talks about the monster that took his son, I have to acknowledge that I was also that monster to another family. I know that there's people on the internet that like to twist the facts of my case in order to paint a narrative, and when they really don't have to. I was a gang member. I was 19 years old. Just paroled from the California Youth Authority. I had an ego. I had a chip on my shoulder. And I put my neighborhood before anything else in my life. What a shame. And a carload of guys came to my neighborhood 3 different times. On the 3rd time, they parked a mile away and came to try to get us on foot with weapons. Like I said, I was 19. I think the oldest dude that was with us that day. And we're celebrating a baptism. I think the oldest guy with us was probably 21. My victim was 29 years old. His wife had just had their son. Their son was sick that night. And his friends asked him to join them to come into my neighborhood and put in work on us for something that had happened the night before. And being the friend that he was, he jumped in the car with them. Unfortunately, he ran into me that night. When the shit hit the fan, him and his friends decided to run. My ego wasn't okay with that. In my mind, you weren't afraid to come into my neighborhood. You weren't afraid to confront us. I wanted to shoot every one of them. So when I hear the story that Joey's telling, I don't forget. I took a father from a son. I took a husband from a wife. I took a brother from his brother. I took a brother from his sisters. And I took a son from his mother. Anyone who has ever taken a life, I really think you should watch Joey's video. I remember one of the books I read in preparing for board was a book called Beyond the Bullet. And it was a book full of stories of people who lost loved ones to gun violence. And it was one of the hardest books I ever read. Because again, every story, the pain they were feeling, they were talking about me. And when I heard Joey's story, and I hear the pain, it's something that we all need to remind ourselves of. If we let our egos get the best of us, what could happen? My condolences to Joey, his ex, his family. It was horrible. It was very horrible to hear Joey say that his son was beaten and strangled, and the injuries were so bad that his son had to have a closed casket funeral. Joey said that his son's killer is incarcerated and he will be entering the California Department of Corrections. And I know without any doubt, there are days when Joey wants to come back to California, catch a case, and then catch that case. I get it. But Joey, it's not worth it. I lost my mom, and that was such a hard thing to get over. But I couldn't imagine losing my child. I can't imagine what it would feel like for any parent to lose their child, to have to bury their child, and not even get to see their child on the last day. So I wanted to make sure I did this video. And whoever sees this, look at the link in the description. Click on it and go and watch the video. You don't need to tell them that I sent you. Just send them some love. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.